The auto industry is a high-speed race toward an uncertain future, and Ford just hit the gas. Their CEO, Jim Farley, isn't afraid to break the rules, and his latest move has everyone in the fast lane scrambling. But is this a visionary leap or a reckless burnout? In this video, we'll peel back the layers of what's happening and explore the challenges and opportunities. Will Ford become the leader of the automotive pack, or will it get stuck in the slow lane of tradition? Ford, the giant in the car biz, just dropped a bombshell. They're flipping the script on how cars get from the factory to your delivery. Instead of the usual dance with dealerships, they're cutting out the middleman and selling directly to you. Jim Farley, the big boss at Ford, pulled the trigger on this game changer, and it's shaking up the whole car selling game. It's like Ford said, why stick to the old playbook when you can write a new one? This move isn't just about selling cars, it's about rewriting the rules and redefining what it means to buy a car. They're ditching tradition and blazing their own trail, and man, is it electrifying. And you know what? The competition is scrambling. With Ford making waves, other car companies are hustling to keep pace. It's a wild, wild west out there, and Ford's leading the charge. But this isn't just about selling cars. It's about Ford showing the world they're not afraid to shake things up. They're saying, we're not just here to play the game, we're here to change it. And with Jim Farley steering the ship, you know they mean business. Sure, Ford isn't the first to hop on the direct-to-consumer train. Companies like Tesla and Rivian have been riding this wave for a while. But Ford? Now that's a game changer. They're like the heavyweight champs stepping into the ring and throwing some knockout punches. So why the switch to direct sales? It's all about meeting the demands of today's consumers. People want convenience, simplicity, and a personal touch, and selling directly to them ticks all those boxes. And with the COVID-19 pandemic pushing more people toward e-commerce, automakers need to keep up or risk getting left in the dust. That's where Ford's direct-to-consumer approach swoops in. They're throwing open the digital doors and inviting customers to hop online, browse their lineup, and even customize their dream ride, all without ever leaving their couch. But Ford's not just jumping on the online bandwagon for the fun of it. Nope, they've got their eyes set on the future, specifically the electric vehicle EV future. With EVs becoming all the rage, Ford knows they need to adapt their sales approach. Selling electric cars isn't like selling your grandpa's old sedan. It requires a whole new playbook. By going direct to consumers, Ford is not just making car buying easier, it's paving the way for a greener, more electrified future. And let's be real, who doesn't want to be a part of that? Ford's innovative approach isn't just about making car buying easier, it's about revolutionizing the entire industry. By embracing direct-to-consumer sales, Ford isn't just selling cars, they're selling a whole new way of doing things. And it's not just about selling online, they're also bringing the showroom experience right to your neighborhood. Those experience centers aren't your average car dealerships. No, they're more like car wonderlands where you can get up close and personal with Ford's latest and greatest vehicles. They give customers the chance to touch, feel, and test drive their dream car before making a decision. But Ford's not stopping there. They're aiming for the stars. By cutting out the middleman, they're taking back control and getting closer to their customers than ever before. And that means more than just selling cars. It means understanding what customers want and need and using that knowledge to drive innovation. As Ford takes the leap into direct-to-consumer sales, the rest of the automotive world is watching closely. They're not just watching, they're taking notes, scratching their heads, and maybe even breaking a sweat. Because when a giant like Ford shakes things up, you know there's going to be a ripple effect. Take Tesla for example. They've been doing the direct-to-consumer dance since day one, and boy, have they made some waves. Their success has got everyone talking and wondering if maybe they should give this whole direct-to-consumer thing a try. And it's not just Tesla. General Motors, Ford's longtime rival, is also eyeing a piece of the direct-to-consumer pie. With plans to go all in on electric vehicles and a vision of a carbon-neutral future, GM is gearing up to take on the big dogs in the online sales arena. But they're not the only ones. Companies like Rivian and Lucid Motors are also throwing their hats into the ring. They see the writing on the wall and know that if they want to stay in the game, they've got to adapt and evolve. Both electrical vehicle startups have embraced a direct-to-consumer sales approach right from the start. They're not playing by the traditional rules. Instead, they're using their agility and innovative technologies to shake up the industry. Take Rivian for example. With a focus on electric trucks and SUVs, Rivian has made waves with its unconventional sales tactics and its partnership with Amazon. While Rivian and other major players dominate the headlines in the direct-to-consumer space, other automakers are also dipping their toes into the new territory. Volkswagen, for instance, has announced ambitious plans to expand its online sales presence. By doing so, they hope to compete more effectively with Tesla and grab a larger slice of the electric vehicle market. The direct-to-consumer model offers several advantages for automakers. In the past, brands depended on retailers to control how consumers saw them. When brands use DTC, they become storytellers and create a unique style and experience with their audience. It makes people more loyal to the brand and builds a feeling of community. Imagine a shoe company that really cares about talking to sneakerheads directly, or a clothes brand that cares about the environment, starting a conversation with eco-conscious customers. The options are endless. This gives automakers greater control over the entire customer experience. From marketing to financing, automakers can guide customers through every step of the journey, ensuring consistency and alignment with their brand identity. Additionally, selling directly to customers allows automakers to gather valuable data and insights about their customers' preferences and behavior. This information can then be used to inform product development and marketing strategies, driving further innovation and growth. Furthermore, the direct-to-consumer model can lead to cost savings for both the automaker and the consumer. By cutting out the middleman, automakers can reduce overhead costs associated with traditional dealerships. It in turn can result in lower prices for consumers, making electric vehicles more accessible to a wider audience. Gone are the days of lengthy negotiations with retailers. The DTC model empowers brands to be agile and responsive to consumer needs. They can quickly test new products, gather feedback, and iterate on designs based on real-time data. It fosters a culture of innovation and allows brands to stay ahead of the curve. Direct-to-consumer (DTC) lets brands tell customers directly about their values, purpose, and story. They can connect emotionally with people, which helps them feel like they have a common goal. The direct-to-consumer (DTC) model lets brands connect with their audience on a deeper level beyond just the goods they sell. The DTC model creates a direct line of communication between brands and consumers. It allows for real-time feedback on products, services, and marketing strategies. Brands can quickly identify and address customer concerns, leading to a more positive and responsive brand experience. By cutting out the intermediary, DTC brands can streamline their operations. They can manage inventory more efficiently, reduce overhead costs, and ultimately maximize their bottom line. This newfound efficiency allows them to reinvest in product development and marketing initiatives and ultimately provide a better overall customer experience. Now, transitioning to a direct-to-consumer model isn't a walk in the park for automakers. They've got to invest big bucks in building and maintaining killer online platforms and experience centers. Plus, they need to beef up their e-commerce game, sort out logistics, and beef up cybersecurity. It's a whole new ballgame. And let's not forget about the regulatory hurdles they've got to jump over. Every region has its own set of rules, making it feel like navigating a maze blindfolded. But the biggest challenge? Pissing off the dealerships. These guys have been ride-or-die partners for ages, investing their blood, sweat, and tears into selling automakers rides. Then there's the whole after-sales service gig. Dealerships used to be the go-to spot for car TLC, but now, with automakers taking the wheel, they've got to figure out how to keep the service game strong. But you know what? Despite the hurdles, the direct-to-consumer model is gaining steam, and for good reason. Today's car buyers want everything at their fingertips. They want to customize their ride, compare options, and seal the deal without dealing with sleazy sales tactics. For automakers, this shift isn't about survival. It's about thriving in a world that's changing faster than a Tesla in ludicrous mode. With electrification and sustainability taking center stage, they've got to hustle hard to stay relevant. And speaking of electrification, Ford is making some serious moves in the electric vehicle game. With a cool $30 billion investment in electrification by 2025, they're gearing up to rock the EV world. The F-150 Lightning? It's not just a truck, it's a thunderstorm on wheels. By selling directly to consumers, Ford can show off its electric prowess and lead the charge toward a greener future. So, Ford's direct-to-consumer announcement is just the beginning of something crazy in the automotive industry. Hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe. Don't miss out on the action, hit that notification bell, and let's ride into the future together.